Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Monica if you're new here. Today I'm going to be doing a little get to know me chit chat while I do my makeup. I have gained some new followers recently, so I thought it would be a good time to do this. So if you guys want to hang around with me, just keep watching. Okay, where to start? So obviously my name is Monica. I am 31. I live in Florida with my husband and my two dogs. I have a standard poodle and a toy poodle. He just heavy side, sitting on the floor next to me. This is the love of my life, just here while I film my video. Russie. Russ. Let me put my hair back. I want to try underpainting. I didn't know which contour I really wanted to use, so I just bought a different color in my concealer and I'm gonna use that instead of like a contour. I always spray my face first before putting anything on. I actually started doing YouTube, doing makeup tutorials in like 2015. And the reason I started YouTube was, well, of course, one, I was just always interested in doing it and I loved makeup. Basically, my boyfriend, who is my husband now, he was getting deployed. He's in the Air Force. I was really upset, obviously, and he was like, I know you wanted to start YouTube, so I think this is a good time for you to like settle down and actually start. And he bought me a camera and everything and a ring light, and he was like, you know, it'll be something to take your mind off of me being out there and you being obviously worried all the time. So I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. I definitely need to start because I've been talking about it for a long time. So I started doing it, and I actually made like a good amount of videos and I really enjoyed it. I would like sit in my room at night just filming away, taking pictures. It was really fun. I had some really good videos, but I think eventually I just got a little bored with it. Not because I can't like stick to something, but I feel like content is kind of more genuine when you don't feel like you have to stick to a specific niche. But at the time, I didn't feel like I could do that. I don't know, I guess I felt like if I changed my content, then I would be kind of like ruining everything that I started. And instead of just taking that risk and changing the content, I kind of just stopped because I didn't know what to do. So I stopped posting for a long time. But as far as like it being a distraction while my husband deployed, it was, but of course it wasn't like a fix-all for that. I obviously was still like really nervous all the time when he was gone. I literally cried every single day. I could barely function while I was at work. But anyways, fast forward like probably a couple years later, I actually picked up YouTube again because I went plant-based and I loved sharing like plant-based recipes, tips for being plant-based, ways to get more protein being plant-based, just like anything and everything that people would have answers to. And that was really fun. I got pretty deep into it. I even started like commentating. I decided to stop doing that fully for a couple of reasons. I hope this looks good. I know you're supposed to trust the process with the whole underpainting thing, but hopefully it comes out good. I think that this actually might not be the best for this whole underpainting because it did kind of dry quickly and I feel like it looks a little patchy, but we'll fix it. So yeah, I had a lot of fun posting about like plant-based recipes and all of that. But number one, I have a lot of food intolerances and just things that I don't eat. And I felt like it really wasn't gonna be that interesting in the long run because I wasn't really trying out a whole lot of new foods. I also developed during 2020 sort of, I guess, anxiety or OCD around food, and that all stemmed from food allergies that I really couldn't pinpoint what exactly they were. I know that I couldn't eat things like wheat, soy, I already didn't eat eggs or dairy or meat. I started to cut out even more things than what I already wasn't eating. So I was not really feeling comfortable with sharing my diet anymore when I have all these things going on. I still share things that I'm eating sometimes, like if I do a vlog. I never want to steer anybody in the wrong direction, and I know that some people are really easily influenced by what they see others eating on the internet. I basically stopped posting plant-based recipes or what I eat in a days or grocery hauls. For the most part, it was because I didn't feel like it was really going to be interesting to anyone because my diet was so not interesting. Okay, I promise this does not look as light in person as it does on this camera. Actually, I think I'm gonna use my contour brush to blend this out so that it kind of blends in together. Yeah, so I'm not really liking this whole underpainting thing. I don't know if it's something that I did wrong, but like this is not really blending good. Let me just speed this up really fast. I know it's not supposed to look like perfect before you actually go in with foundation, but I mean, I want to try to at least like blend it out pretty good. Okay, I guess it doesn't look that bad. All right, hopefully this gets better. So somewhere along the lines of me posting the plant-based recipes and stuff like that, I actually had a miscarriage, and there was just so much that went into it besides just having a miscarriage. And I really wanted to post about it because I was like, I didn't know that there were all of these other things that happened when you have a miscarriage. And I don't think that other people know as well, unless you've actually been through it. So I really wanted to post about it, but I was unsure because I was like, well, here I am posting all these plant-based videos and like animal related stuff, and a miscarriage just doesn't really fall in line with that, I guess. But I kind of came to the conclusion that like in order to be successful in doing any sort of content, you have to enjoy the content that you're putting out, because if you try so hard to stick to one niche and you're not really interested in it anymore, it's going to show in what you're putting out and it's not going to last long term. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put whatever kind of content out that I want, that I feel like talking about, and even if I don't grow or anything like that, at least I'm enjoying what I'm talking about and I'm putting out content that I like. So I posted about my miscarriage, and a lot of people, you know, commented that it's something that we don't talk about enough, and you know, thank you so much for sharing, and just really good feedback. And so that kind of motivated me to just share more like personal things and not just kind of surface level recipes and, you know, stuff like that. You know, like I wanted to show more of me as a person and not so much like scripted stuff. So that was all great, except for that after I had my miscarriage, I was in a very not good place. And for about a year, I didn't want to do much of anything. I didn't want to see anybody. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to go anywhere. And it was also at the time, so that didn't help. So yeah, fast forward to about a year later, which is 2021, I was like, you know what? I'm going to post content. I'm not going to feel so much pressure to do any certain thing, any certain way. I'm just gonna post what I want to post. So I started doing like little vlogs, recent purchases haul, stuff like that, and I actually really enjoyed doing it. And I was like, okay, this lifestyle, just general lifestyle, is more me, and that's what I enjoy doing. And so from now on, I'm just going to post whatever comes to me, and I'm not going to really put too much thought into like having a niche. You know, I'm just a lifestyle girl. So it definitely is true that it like comes together at the end after you do all the underpainting. So I mean, I like the way it looks, but I don't feel like I'm as highlighted and contoured as when I see other people do it. So anyways, fast forward, 2021, me and my husband purchased our first house. And then something that I had been dealing with was I was having issues for many years with my breast implants. And I started, you know, considering getting them out and all this stuff. Ended up getting an Explant removal of my breast implants. And I was like, you know what? I'm definitely going to talk about this like on my socials, because a lot of people, I mean, I don't really hear people talking about breast implant illness or stuff like that, but I was in a Facebook group called Breast Implant Illness, like Healing and Recovery or something like that. And I just couldn't believe the amount of people who were dealing with the same thing that I was dealing with my breast implants. So yeah, I shared about that on YouTube, but the main place I shared about it was on TikTok. And I actually ended up getting like millions of views and getting a whole bunch of questions. So I just kept on responding to people's questions and making new videos responding to their questions. Honestly, TikTok, audience can be kind of ruthless. They're definitely a little more savage, but honestly, it has been so crazy just with the amount of women who have reached out to me from TikTok and YouTube regarding like breast implant stuff. I have loved just meeting so many new people and just talking to them and sharing each other's experiences. I am like honestly so grateful because there have been so many women who have said like, you helped me, you know, figure out that I needed to remove my implants. Like I knew it was my implants, but I didn't want to admit it, or I just didn't really want to acknowledge it. You inspired me to get them out and to embrace like having a smaller chest, like all this stuff. And I was just like, oh my God, I did not know that that was gonna come from, you know, sharing this random TikTok one day, sharing my before and after pictures of my explant. So that was really cool. And I think that's something that I'm always going to be posting about because we really just need to talk about that more. So yeah, I probably won't ever stop posting about explant stuff or anything explant related because it has just helped so many people, and like that just makes me feel so good. And I think more and more people are talking about it and realizing, you know, a lot about breast implants. And at times I'm kind of like, I don't want to offend anybody or make anyone feel bad that has implants. But at the same time, it's like when I was getting my implants and I was making that decision to get them, like didn't do a whole lot of really actual thought about what I was getting myself into. And of course I had my parents and my sister telling me like, no, I don't think you should do it. I really don't want you to do it. But I wish that there was people, you know, sharing their breast implant illness stories on Facebook and on TikTok and on Instagram and on YouTube, because I didn't see any of that. And a lot of the research and studies that are out now with linking certain illnesses to breast implants just weren't out there like they are now. And I just think about if I had just opened TikTok and seen one of my videos when I was deciding to get implants, how that would have affected my decision, because I'm 90% sure I probably wouldn't have gotten them done. Okay, forgive me if this doesn't look good, but I have not done my makeup on camera in ages and it's not perfect by any means. So that was definitely a tangent, but I decided a while ago that I was just gonna post any sort of lifestyle content that I enjoyed posting, and I wasn't going to feel like I needed to be in any sort of like specific niche or anything, because that's just not what I enjoyed. And my eyebrows are really crazy. They're always going to be crazy, so I've just accepted it. What else? Oh yeah, so I do work from home. I work in HR. And before that, I was working at the same job for 5 years. But with explanting and just getting older and kind of reprioritizing things in my life, I just realized that I can no longer put energy towards things that are no longer serving me or that drain me or just aren't really making me happy anymore. So I work from home now. It's so life-changing going from working in an office and like driving and getting ready and rushing and talking to people all day, and then just like being at home in the comfort of your own space. I honestly hate driving and it gives me so much anxiety, so I just love not having to drive to an office. And yeah, I'm just much more at peace now. I love it. I definitely feel like I can like focus on myself a little bit more. I think I need to spray again. Also, just putting this out here, I don't spend like a lot of money on makeup. I used to, and I used to want to buy like, you know, the next best things and new makeup products as soon as they came out, and I wanted to have, you know, like so many options for eyeshadows and stuff like that. And honestly, like I just do not do that anymore. I have one foundation that I use, I have one bronzer that I use, a couple different powders, and like one eyeshadow palette that I've been using for a while. I realized that I would have 20 different eyeshadow palettes in a drawer, 10 different foundations, I mean like 20 different powders, 20 different blushes, and I just feel like it was such a waste because I would never like go through a product, and then I would end up just having to throw so much away, or I would forget about it, and then once I realized it was there, like I couldn't use it because it was just probably old, or even if I did like something, I still had to use all the other makeup I had, so I would never actually get through a whole product. And I just felt like that was such a waste of money. Now I just buy like one of each category, maybe 2 or 3 if it's a lip liner or something, but I'm just not gonna do that anymore. And I also don't buy super expensive makeup because honestly, I feel like no one can tell the difference if I have my Milani foundation on or if I have my Cover FX on. Like, no one can tell the difference. At the end of the day, my makeup literally looks the same, so I just feel like, what's the point? Also, if I feel like I'm creasing a little, I will take a little brush like this and just like smooth it out. So yeah, some of the things that make me happy are obviously spending time with my family. My family is pretty much my best friends. I do have some close friends that I try to, well, what I'm trying to do is spend more time with friends. Since I bought my house, I actually really enjoy hosting. So I've had people over and we just maybe like have some drinks, play games, talk, and like that actually is really fun to me. I don't like going out as much as I used to, and being at home with my family or my friends is like honestly what I think is fun. Like, that's what's fun to me. Ugh, I don't have my eyeshadow palette. I just went to go get my eyeshadow palette in the other room, and I looked at my makeup in this mirror and it actually looks really good. So I think it's just the whole like ring light situation. It's kind of emphasizing everything, but it looks really good in the other mirrors in my house. So yeah, like I was saying, I love spending time with my family and my friends, especially hosting in my house now that I have my own house and I love my house. One of the things that I love, like even me and my husband love doing this together, but we love decorating the house. Like, we love going to furniture stores, we love doing things to the house. We have done so many things. Even though the house was new, it was a new build, we still have done a bunch of stuff like backsplash, we put a fence in, we did brick pavers, we had an empty wall in our kitchen that was kind of weird, so we actually did like shelves and got custom cabinets made. That stuff is just so fun to me. I love just like making my space how I want it and making it better because I do spend so much time at home. I love being at home and I just want my house to look how I want it to look. Hey!
What are you doing?
Filming a get to know me.
I love it. Your makeup looks so good.
Oh my god, thank you. I tried underpainting. What was I saying? I love like decorating and making my house look nice. And I also, my house kind of looks a little bit sterile. So other than this room, because obviously I made this room into like a closet, wardrobe, filming area, but the rest of my house, like I don't like to leave any sort of personal belongings out. It's like strictly decoration. And I also don't like a lot of clutter. So I try to keep things like very minimal, clean lines. And yeah, I just love that. It makes me happy. And me and my husband love going to furniture stores. Even if we don't need anything, like we will literally go to Ashley Furniture and just like look at the furniture and get ideas for when we do need stuff. And like that is what I call fun. And I honestly wish that I had vlogged more when I was first moving into the house and building it and everything, because I just think it's so cool the way, you know, the house can be completely empty and literally just walls, but then you find stuff that you love and it just all comes together, and that's so fun for me. One of the things that I want to put more effort into this year is being more consistent with making content. Not only because obviously like that's something that you should do being a content creator, but honestly like I love editing videos. I know that's most people's least favorite part about filming, but using the editing software and just editing a video from beginning to end is like so satisfying for me. I think it's so fun and like calming. I don't know, I just love it. And obviously I want to spend more time doing things that I love. I want to spend more time with friends And I feel like I've already done that with, you know, having our house done. We have been hosting a lot more and having friends over. Something that goes with that is like not canceling. So like if I have plans, I might really be into it, you know, a few days before and be excited about it, but then the day might come and I might be like, I do not feel like leaving my house, or like I just do not feel like talking, or something like that. But one of the things that I feel like I've already gotten better at is not canceling and going through with doing stuff even when you might not feel like it, because once you get into it and you start having fun, you'll be like, why was I even thinking about canceling? So yeah, and most of the time when I do like not feel like doing something that I had planned and I end up doing it, I always have fun. So yeah, I also want to outside more. I feel like I spend so much time inside that sometimes I forget to just go outside. And so recently I've been making it a priority to like go outside in the backyard and just like get sun. I feel like I need to sweat more. One of the things that I don't think people know about me is that I used to work out so hard. Like I used to be in the gym at LA Fitness probably 5 to 6 times a week, and I wanted to compete in bikini, like NPC bikini. So I started by getting in really good shape, and I was also meal prepping at the time. So I would eat like 6 meals a day every couple of hours, and I was in really good shape and I was super toned and I was strong and everything like that. But eating that many times a day is absolutely like a life commitment, because you can't just go about your day without planning around your meals. You have to make sure if you're gonna leave the house for more than 3 hours that you bring food with you, or that you're gonna have something somewhere to stop and eat. And if you don't, like if I would go to work and work more than like 5 hours, I would get so lightheaded, so hungry, because I really needed to eat my next meal. And it just wasn't realistic for me, because for 5 hours into my shift, I was lightheaded. I needed food so bad. I felt like I was gonna pass out. And also I kind of just got tired of like counting macros and weighing stuff. It was doing it all in for so long that at one point I was just like, okay, this is too much. Like, I don't need to be counting every single grape that I'm eating. So I was like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm just gonna eat regular, eat intuitively. And what I didn't plan on was falling off on going to the gym and working out, but I'm working on doing more at-home workouts and just easing my way back into it. Honestly, heavy lifting is just not for me. I don't like high intensity stuff. I feel like that just doesn't work for my body type. It doesn't feel good to me. What feels good to me is more like yoga, walking, more like Pilates type movements. I feel like that's really what sits well with me. Okay, I just took a chips and salsa break. I thought my nose contour was crooked, but it's just my nose. But yeah, I don't ever think I'll be going to the gym, like the actual gym, 5 days a week ever. I just don't like the gym like that. I just feel like it's so germy, and I feel like you can achieve the same result at home. Another thing that I want to work more on is just not giving so much energy to people who kind of just don't give the same in return. So kind of just giving people in return what they give to you. Like, I'm just not gonna go out of my way anymore to hang out with people or make plans if you're not trying to make plans with me. Because there are people who are like, I want to see you, I want to hang out with you, like I want to come over, blah, blah. And so I'm going to give my effort and attention to those people rather than putting so much attention on people that just really aren't reciprocating in the friendship. And I feel like I've already done a good job with that recently. I hate the term like protecting your peace, but I feel like honestly, as you get older, like you really just have to. There are going to be so many things that trigger you or that make you overthink or that make you feel bad about yourself. And honestly, we just have to really try to block those things out and focus on things that make us feel good, that make us feel important, that make us feel just our best. One thing that I have learned for sure is that if you are not happy with an aspect of your life, or you're in a situation or an environment, in a friendship or anything that is just not serving you anymore, it's not bringing you happiness, and it might be kind of changing you in not a good way, just remove yourself, change it. You're the only person who can do that, and that's just what I'm going to continue to do. Okay, I never put glitter or like shimmery eyeshadows on my eyes, but I think I'm going to do it. Also, I definitely want to travel more. Last year I went to Chicago to visit my family because I'm from Chicago, but we also just spent a lot of time like in downtown. We stayed by the river and we just walked around, we did shopping, we ate, and I really just want to travel more, because when I did go to Chicago, I realized that like, okay, hey, traveling isn't so bad. Like, I can do this more often. Even like with my eating habits and everything, it makes it kind of hard, but I can still do it. So we ended up going to Dominican Republic, which I just posted a vlog about, and I absolutely loved it, and that just gave me even more confidence to travel. So we're going back to Chicago in April of this year, not just to visit my family, but to get away again, stay in downtown. We're staying in the exact same hotel, just because we really liked it. And then after that, we are probably going to go back to the same resort in Dominican Republic, which is called Casa de Campo. Yeah, I think that I just will gain more confidence in traveling if I do it more often. Prior to traveling last year, I was so nervous about traveling. I mean, I went to Colorado twice and I was just sick to my stomach before having to fly, and it's just very nerve-wracking for me to travel. One of the biggest reasons is because of my eating. It's so much easier for other people to like just go somewhere and go to a restaurant and pick something off of the menu. Like, that's not how it's ever gonna be for me, I don't think. So that is something that I have to take into consideration wherever I'm going, but it is doable. I just need to do my research when going somewhere, look at the restaurants that are around, and just make sure that I'm gonna be good. But yeah, so I feel like I'm in kind of a shift in my life where I'm just happier. I have gotten rid of my implants. I am recovering. I'm just really turning into, I feel like, a more happier, better person, and I feel like that's what life is about. You just always have to strive just to be a better you. I know this was quite a rant slash tangent, but I just wanted to be a little chatty with you guys today and just talk about random things. I think it's nice to get to know people that you're watching. And for me, when I'm watching vlogs and stuff, I like watching people who will literally just talk about anything. Like, anything. If they just got a new rug in, like, I want to know. And so that's just what I like, and I know a lot of other people like it too. Especially with being on TikTok, a lot of my content is Explant related, and I just want to share more about more personal things. Not that Explant isn't personal, because it is very personal, and it was a very nerve-wracking posting about that for the first time, but more like things about what I like to do, my personality, my life, and just other things outside of that. If you have stayed through this entire thing, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm actually going to be filming another video after this, showing some recent purchases that I have made, because like I said, a few things make me happy. One of them is shopping, like clothes shopping, and another one is like furniture, house shopping, stuff like that. It's not like I go out a lot, I don't do a whole lot of crazy stuff, and that's just what excites me. So my next video is going to be showing a whole bunch of my recent purchases from bunch of different places, Express, Skims, Dyson, some random stuff in there. Okay, I think I'm done with my makeup, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you've gotten this far with me, I appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It really helps me out and my channel. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!